In the Democratic Republic of the Congo, a huge country in Central Africa, the bloodiest war since World War II has been raging for nearly 15 years. Despite peace treaties being signed and some efforts by the UN, the violence still continues today, with the army and rival militia groups battling for control of the country and its abundant natural resources. While you may have heard about this terrible war, what you probably didn't know is one of the major sources of funding for all of the fighting is most likely in your pocket right now: your cell phone. Americans are obsessed with their cell phones. Despite being a relatively new technology, their popularity has grown to the point where most people feel like they couldn't live without them. It is nearly impossible to meet someone without a cell phone, and we use them for pretty much everything.
Too much. I use my phone too much. You know, text messaging, web, email capabilities, so it really makes my life much easier.
I have BlackBerry Torch, and I just mainly use it for BBM texting.
It just makes so many more things like that more convenient. So.
But I've realized, despite having such an intense relationship with my cell phone, I knew very little about it, so I decided to do some research. I was shocked to find the connection between my cell phone and the terrible violence in the Congo. Here are some of the facts. There are 4 minerals vital to the circuitry of cell phones that are vastly abundant in the Congo. They are gold, tin, tungsten, and tantalum. These minerals are so abundant that the Democratic Republic of the Congo is estimated to be the richest country in the world in terms of untapped natural resources, speculated to be worth $24 trillion. That's almost twice the entire American GDP. But because of constant war, violence, and corrupt government, the Congo is extremely poor, the second poorest country in the entire world, with a GDP per capita of only $186. The war and violence has been pretty much constant since 1996 and has claimed the lives of over 5.4 million people. To put that more in perspective, that's slightly more than the entire population of Minnesota. A major source of funding for all of the violence comes from the mining of those minerals necessary to our cell phones. The different militia groups force people to work in the mines for less than 50 cents a day, using violence and rape as means of coercion. Even children as young as 8 are forced to work in mines. The militia groups smuggle the minerals out of the country to hide the fact that they're coming from the Congo, and they are shipped all around the world to be used in electronic devices. It is currently estimated that at least 15% of tantalum in phones around the world was mined in the Congo, so there's a pretty good chance that some of the metals in your phone help fund the violence. So with something that is such a huge part of our lives being directly linked to such unthinkable violence and devastation, my question became, why don't more Americans know about this?
It's a shame I didn't know. I honestly had no idea that it was like, it got to the point that it reached that kind of violence and whatnot, but.
I don't know any details, but I just remember flipping through like National Geographic one time a couple years back and reading something about that. So, but yeah, I don't know any specifics.
That's unfortunate. I mean, that's horrible.
Why is it so easy for us as Americans to enjoy the great comforts and benefits of our technology and consumer goods while remaining blissfully ignorant of the negative effects of our lifestyle?
That's what it's all about. It's a capitalist society, so, you know.
People probably don't care because it's like not directly related to U.S. and I guess government works like that. It doesn't really affect them directly. Yeah.
I just think people get caught up in their day and don't really pay much attention to like current events or what's going on.
So when we, as consumers, find out about the negative consequences of some of the products we buy, what can we do to help the situation?
Write letters to CEOs or, I don't know, write to people at Nokia,
Maybe a website, anything.
If other alternatives are offered, I definitely try to utilize those instead of using my same phone. But it's kind of like such a big deal, such a big problem. I don't know what I can personally do to help.